Hey everyone, Michael here from Spirit Comics. This is my review of Wonder Woman Heart of the Amazon Part 3, written by Shea Fontana. I hope I'm saying her name right. She did a wonderful job with this issue. Almost said episode. The cover art is wonderful. You know, look at that action going on. Now let's get into the comic. It was written by the same team of people. First, we open up with Wonder Woman, Diana Prince, at a cemetery, and she is narrating this. She says, "My mother taught me that the only just battle is the one fought to ensure peace." And notice there is a crow here at the top. There's a reason for that crow. She says, "Each life risked, each soul lost in war is done with a purpose." And that crow comes straight at her. Caw, caw! And she says, "Because on the other side of the battlefield, warriors would find peace." And this is where that Dr. Crawford is buried among all these other warriors. I mean, even after all that, Wonder Woman still has compassion for her. Wonder Woman does, but and maybe not so some of the others. Then we go to Arlington General Hospital, right here, and the most important thing you can do now is help Commander Candy get back on her feet, and this is she's talking to the General. You remember the one from 2 issues ago? He's kind of funny. She says, "Yes, General, but you'll call if..." And he cuts her off. He says, "Absolutely, if we need you. But our intelligence has been fairly quiet. Knock on wood." And of course, if you're old enough, then knock on wood means count your blessings. And I'm reading this to you because Shea Fontana, you did a wonderful job with the dialogue here in just these few panels. This receptionist, because if you've ever been in the hospital, you know that on every floor there is a receptionist, and if there's not, then that's a problem. The receptionist says, "That says that Miss Candy is being released into your care, and Arlington General is no longer liable." Because, they got to get that stuff out of the way. You know all about that HIPAA stuff, that, and insurance stuff. It's annoying, I know. And Wonder Woman says, Commander Candy," as if to, say, show some respect. And the woman goes, 3 signatures, 2 initials, then have a seat, and they'll bring up Miss Candy. It's like ignoring Wonder Woman. It's like, I'm just here to do my job. I'll say her name however I want. And so right here, Wonder Woman signs her name, Diana of Themyscira, the island that she was born on and she came from. And I'm reading this because it leads up to just something that's funny. So just enjoy some time away from the battlefield, Diana. That's the General talking to her on the phone. "Thank you, General," she says. And then she hears a news announcement. More than a dozen people were injured in the pileup, and and then this father's talking to his son, saying, "You can't go out yet, champ. But if we look over here, we can see the park. You know, and some little child who's hospitalized, and Diana is listening and watching this. The care that the father is showing. And over here, this woman's crying, and Diana's trying to comfort her. She's saying, this woman's saying, they said 6 months. That'd be just before Sarah's birthday. She won't even remember him. And Wonder Woman says, I wish I could do more, to help. And the woman says, thank you. And here it is. That's sort of like the punchline. Miss of the mascara. Because she signed her signature, Diana of the mascara. I think that's so funny. And then Etta Candy is saying, I'm not riding in that thing, because she's a stubborn woman. And of course the orderly says, ma'am, you have to. It's because it's for your own safety. And then Wonder Woman over here in this panel says, I will ensure her safety. And I love this because it's something that I would say. Etta says, I hope you're also ensuring me a big, juicy hamburger on the way home. I'd say that too. I really would, because that's my type of sandwich. I love big, juicy sandwiches. And so Etta says here, you're asking if she went to that so-called doctor's funeral, and Diana says here that she went after. And Etta says, that woman bombed my brother's wedding. But she's still mad about that. It's her fault that I'm on the medical leave. And Wonder Woman, looking sort of solemn right here, says, Dr. Crawford was desperate to survive, and not even I could save her. And Wonder Woman is showing some respect. Is showing respect for the dead. I have to admire that. That's because that's something that not many people do today. Even for those that we deem as horrible people, still you must show respect for the dead. And it says, as long as you don't expect me to forgive her. And Wonder Woman says, you will do as you must. Sort of like, yeah, I know you're not going to forgive her, but you'll do as you will. And so, next we're at the home of Commander Etta Candy in Georgetown, Washington, D.C. And Etta's saying how great the burger is that she ate. And here's Wonder Woman doing the dishes. And you've got to look, and for all you guys out there who love Wonder Woman, that's a good shot of her, right here. I admit, I love a good shot of a woman in comics. Etta, for the most part, she doesn't have a nice bust. I'm sorry, but she has a pretty good personality. Anyway, she's saying, sure you don't want to to try just a little bite. He says, I won't tell any of your animal friends because Wonder Woman can talk to animals. And she says, not tonight. But we have 6 weeks together. Perhaps you can convince me. And then Etta says, you don't have to clean up. And Wonder Woman says, I made an oath to care for you. I signed my name. So she is standing behind her oath. And then Etta says, just let everything pile up and let Steve Trevor do it when he comes back. And I love this over here. Wonder Woman is clearly worried because she is washing that dish till it breaks. Literally, she is. And over on this page, she says, sorry, and Etta's like, want to take a load off my, Corningware, and tell me what's on your mind? And Wonder Woman says, I don't want you to die. And Etta says, oh, sweetie, it was a flesh wound. I'll be good. I'll be as good as new in a few weeks. And then she turns around and with gusto, she says, I mean ever, because she's a goddess. She can live a really long time. She'll outlive everyone. No matter how hard I try, there will be a time with you, with Stephen, when no power of mine will be able to stop it. She's expressing her emotions, her concern for Etta, and Etta says, let it out. Because Wonder Woman's been holding this in so long. And she says, why do the patrons allow it? Across the world I find no peace, no respite, except... And then here we see this click. Something's going on. And then here we see Wonder Woman embracing Etta, and then crash right through their window. Bullet. Wonder Woman looks up and sees it, deflects the bullet. Oh, and I love this shot right here of this drawing. Holding up her bracelet, deflecting it. He's like, no way, you getting past me. And here's the assassin. She says, and he's like, what the crack? Wonder Woman used one of the Corningware plates, threw it out the window at the woman, and she holds her bracelets up to deflect the bullets. I mean, we got some serious action going on down here. And Ed's like, take cover, Diana. Diana? She doesn't know where she is. So we have this panoramic view. I mean, yeah, this could be a little bit better with some actual bullets being fired at her, but nonetheless it is a beautiful script, double page spread right there. But yeah, I would say there's the assassin. There could be some bullets coming at Wonder Woman, but nonetheless, it is excellent artwork. And over here, Ed is still standing at the ready. She says, wait for me. Well, wait for me. Hell, I got your back, Di. And then she comes at the assassin, punches the crap out of her, and says, how you have made a grave mistake. And when you come at one of Wonder Woman's friends, that is a grave mistake. And so they're up here on the rooftop, and she's asking, who are you? And the assassin says, why does that matter? Your attack on this home is an act of war. And then the assassin says, then welcome to the front line, Wonder Woman. And this page over, she continues saying, who? Why are you here? And the assassin says, I was just wondering how fast you were. I know you're fast enough to stop a bullet as long as you got, 40 feet to see it coming? And then she kicks Wonder Woman pretty good. She goes, ugh! And here's the crow again. And again. There's a significance about the crow. That's the crow, and that's one of the feathers, and there's another feather. And Wonder Woman narrates, saying, I swore to care for Etta, to protect her. But again, my presence leads danger to her. And she's kicking the assassin right here, and says, my love is the harbinger of her peril. And if you know what the word harbinger means, it's nothing good. It's bad. And I love this shot. The assassin goes to reach for her gun, and then they do a good headbutt. And the assassin says, and the assassin is pointing the gun directly at Wonder Woman's stomach and says, fast enough to block this bullet before it goes through your thin layer of skin and out the other side? This is a smart assassin, but she's up against Wonder Woman. So the assassin has her finger on the trigger. She pulls, and then the bullet is deflected because Etta Candy has been aiming, and she's the one who shot the bullet that deflected the other one and shot the gun out of the assassin's hand. Wonder Woman says, stop! End this! And she gives the assassin a good punch. It says, what are you trying to do? Kill me? That's from the assassin right there. And Wonder Woman says, do you surrender? And then Ed is down here. This is kind of funny. But she says, stop. Get away. And Wonder Woman looks over and says, Etta? And she says, oh, I'm okay. It's just a damn crow. And Wonder Woman looks back and is like, where'd the assassin go? So Wonder Woman doesn't know where the assassin is at the moment, but she gets out the perfect, which is the lasso of truth. She dives off the building because she's a goddess and can do that. And she finds the assassin, and she says, tell me who you are. And she just says, I'm Mayfly. It's a strange name for an assassin. I'm a hemophiliac. It's a disease. I need a treatment or my blood. And Wonder Woman says, how long? Hours. Plenty of time to talk. Why did you attack? And here the assassin has got a really good bloody nose there. She says, the money. It's enough that I'd never have to fight again. So she's fighting Wonder Woman to save her life. Isn't that curious? Then and Wonder Woman says, looking into the mask of the assassin, what money? The bounty. Someone wants you. Wants your body. And don't all of us men want Wonder Woman's body? I'm sorry about that. I couldn't resist. Gosh. Wonder Woman says, "Who?" And the assassin says, "I don't know." And she's wrapped in the lasso of truth, so she cannot lie. And Wonder Woman looks at her and says, "What do you know?" And I've used that line before with people. What do you know? And the assassin says, "Hardly anything. I was just a test subject. Let them gene bomb me. No cure, but I got a few perks out of it. Speed, strength. But the bounty was put out by the higher ups, and I never knew who was pulling the strings," she says right here. And down here, Wonder Woman says, "Etta, we need an ambulance and handcuffs." She says, "Got you covered." So she throws some handcuffs out the window, and then the assassin is cuffed to this no parking sign and left there for it to be picked up by the ambulance. I love this story. Some people would crap all over this issue, but I love it. Then we're back here in Ed's apartment, and here's the crow again. I told you it's going to be significant. She goes, "Caw, caw," and Wonder Woman's like, "A crow?" And Etta says, "You're the bird whisperer," because, like I said, Wonder Woman can talk to animals. "Get this crazy thing out of here." And so Wonder Woman does. It's something she can do telepathically, I think. And she says, "The messenger of Apollos," because that's one of her patrons, one of her gods, I think. And she says, "There are more coming." And Ed's like, "More birds?" And Wonder Woman's like, "Come on, wait, we must get you away from here." And Ed is saying, "Hold on, my body may be rebelling, but I'm not some invalid." And Wonder Woman says, "It's dangerous for you to be near me." And Ed gives her the stiff upper lip, the dead in the eye look, and says, "I'm not leaving you, Diana." And Diana narrates and says, "My mother spoke of peace as the opposite of battle, the end of war." And Etta says, "But if we're going to fight, we need somewhere more fortified, less civilian risk. But perhaps there's also another kind of peace." And I have been, ever since they introduced Etta Candy, when Wonder Woman was rebooted in 2016, I haven't liked her that much because of her attitude and the way they drew her. But with this story arc, The Heart of the Amazon, they've really done a bang-up job on her. And they've really done her good, I believe. And she says, "We'll load up at the armory, at the picket. That's their HQ, their headquarters. Now Steve's due back in the morning, and we'll let him in on this." Wonder Woman's like, "But you're on medical leave. You can't go back to work." And one of the classic lines taken from many movies, she says, Etta says, "This isn't work. It's personal." And then over here on this page we have Etta saying, "I'm parked down the street." And Wonder Woman's like, "I count 4. Make that 5. Ready?" And so they've got like assassins coming at them. So this was my review of Wonder Woman issue 28, Heart of the Amazon, Part 3, written by Shea Fontana. Excellent cover art, excellent story. There could have been, a little bit more. some more bullets where there needed to be bullets, but overall the art was really good in my opinion. And I will be recording my review for Heart of the Amazon Part 4 soon. I am Michael, and this is Spirit Comics. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell so you'll be notified of new uploads. Also, please drop a like on this video and the other ones, and share them if you've enjoyed them. I really would appreciate that. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you again